Hi guys, Spirit Warrior 40k coming at you today in a um, special episode, and it is a kind of a battle report. Well, it is a battle report, but it's a very good battle report. I rinsed the table, so let's get down to it. We'll do the little intro thing with the music, which, funny enough, is actually called War, and then we'll start discussing my epic victory in a minute. Okay, guys. So, like I said, Spirit Warrior here, just to discuss the epic. I'm going to say it every time. Epic victory I had today. So we'll set the scene. Went out to Games Workshop, obviously in Dudley, Warhammer in Dudley. Spent about an hour and a half, did a bit of painting there, and then went for some lunch. I was going to play Connor, but my man Jack turned up, who's like looks about 21, but I think he's actually 16. And yeah, so he brought his Tyranids down. Was a little bit scared at first because he's got a winged hive tyrant, he's got a broodlord, he's got a termigon. He had a lot of gene stealers. He had 30 gaunts, I think they were. What else did he have? Did he have anything else? I don't think he had anything else. I'm not 100% sure. Jack, comment below and tell everyone what you had. I took Progerial, a German, a Farseer on a Windrider. I took 10 Scorpions. I took Wave Serpent with 5 Banshees and 5 Dragons. I also took Wraithlord, 3 Scatterbikes, and I also took something else. Oh yeah, Commander Arakon from the the Farsight Empire, Farsight Enclaves. So we had a bit of a story going. So just the deployment. Well, the objective was one right in the centre, and then he got to put one within his deployment zone, and I got to put one in my deployment zone. So the deployment was centre, right in the middle, and then obviously if you follow my hand, see the corners. That's a really bad corner, and then a corner over there, and a corner over here. Yep. So four corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one. So we rolled off. He did I pick? No, he won the roll off, and he picked to go in the centre. So we had obviously the objective in the centre, and then he placed one of his objectives. So here's the centre. He placed one of his objectives here, and then I placed my objective over here. So story we had, because the objectives, the middle objective we had was one of my Banshees, and then the objective just to the side was a Fire Dragon, and then my objective over here was the top half of the Ghost Kill that I'm painting up. So here is the story. Commander Commander Arakon has made it over to Eandon to negotiate a truce. Maybe the Eandon people are up for a fight for the greater good, the far side greater good anyway. While doing this on said planet, obviously something has happened to the Ghost Kill bodyguard that obviously is now lying decimated over here. Was it an Eldar trap, or was there something else in play? We don't know. But anyway, while these negotiations were going on, Hive Behemoth came. For some strange reason, a lone Howling Banshee decides to go and get some information on said Behemoth Hive fleet. She goes up to the Hive fleet, I'm guessing that's how it works, grabs the information, and then zooms herself down right into the middle of the board, of the area. At this point, the Hive Fleet Behemoth down themselves right in the centre, thinking, damn you, Howling Banshee, give us back our stuff. For some unknown reason, a random fire dragon decides to go and save his possibly said girlfriend that is also there's a Howling Banshee. We don't know, but gets very close. We think from the data logs of the battle that the Howling Banshee may have passed some of the information over to the dragon that went from centre slightly outwards. We're not sure yet because we haven't been able to analyse the data. For some strange reason, obviously the fire dragon decided to leave the Banshee right in the middle. Maybe he was a bit panicked by the invasion of the Hive fleet and decided to just do a runner for it. We'll never know until we have analysed the data. Anyway, so following on from this, Jack decided to obviously put all his stuff in the middle. I placed in this corner a Wraith Knight, 3 Scatterbikes, and Uriel behind, who was the Warlord, with his Eandon Warlord trait. And in this corner down here, I placed the Farseer, who had the Phoenix Gem. Now, because I did have a plan with this Phoenix Gem with the Farseer, because the idea was that he was just going to bonk himself right into the middle of said fleet. Sorry, my arm's getting a bit tired. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm not using a tripod, guys, so I do apologise. So, bonk himself right in the middle of the Hive fleet, and then hopefully die, and then would D3 mortal wound everyone with the Phoenix Gem for bugging out, hopefully. But there we go. No one in this corner. Where's my hand? No one in this corner, and nothing in this corner for myself. Jack finished deploying first. He rolled a 4 with his +1 makes 5. I ended up rolling a 4. So you won by 1 point. And then I rolled for initiative and got a 6. Boom! Let's begin the epic battle and the destruction, utter destruction of Hive Fleet Behemoth. Because I had slightly less power points, I got a ruse, which... Oh, what was the... the twist was if we rolled a 1 to a 3, there was no twist. If there was a 4 to a 4, 5 or 6, then we had 2 more twists. We rolled a 1, so there was no twist within the game. I picked up a ruse, which was after deployment, I could place 3 units somewhere else on the battlefield, which works really well. Yeah, Arakon was in the Manta. The Wave Serpent with Azuman, Dragons, and the Banshees were in the clouds, and obviously the Scorpions were in the shadows. With my ruse card, I planted the Wave Serpent up here, which is really good. And to be fair, guys, I mean, I've got some pictures which I'll put at the end of this. I'll try and do a little wording because obviously I can't. For some reason, it won't let me add voiceover, maybe because I just haven't paid for the app. But yeah, it was great. To be fair, I think it was won on that season, the initiative on that first turn. The first thing I did was take out everything that was in my transport in my Wave Serpent, moved it closer. I think we took out the Fire Dragon, just destroyed the Tervigon. Took it out in one go. Took a load of wounds off the Hive Tyrant. Yeah, which to be fair lasted a long time. Lasted till I think we finished on my 3rd turn. But it lasted right to the end. The Phoenix Gem wasn't overly effective because by the time the guy actually died, I'd taken out the Tervigon and we had some warriors. We'd taken out the warriors and he'd taken it, and so all that was left was the winged Hive Tyrant. So yeah, it didn't have the desired effect, but that was the plan. My Banshees and Azuman charged the warriors. Took 2 out, and the last one was left with a wound. We took him out in combat, to be fair. Gene Stealers for him moved pretty close. They failed the charge on the Wraith Lord, which was a saviour. That Wraith Lord was great. It lasted the whole game. I think it got down to 1 wound in the end, and it still survived. It survived 90 gaunt shots. It went down from 10 wounds down to, I think it was either 6 or 4 wounds, just but that was after having taken 90 gaunt shots. It was insane. Fair play to Jack. I think after that, I think he was just so. I think you were a bit disillusioned, weren't you, mate? After that, but yeah, it just and then it was just about whittling them down. I think by the end of my third turn, they'd gone. The Gene Stealers had pretty much gone as well. To be fair, guys, to sum it up, it was a wipeout, complete and utter wipeout. I lost. The only units I lost was Azuman and one of the units, which I think I can't even remember what it was. It might have been the Wraith Lord, possibly. I think So I mean, if you think of the amount of stuff he had, the Winged Hive Tyrant, the Turbigon, he had a Brood Lord that I took out on Overwatch. My dice rolling. I mean, I am the king of wands, but it was insanely and considering I've just done a video on fire dragons, and they've never worked for me like this before, but I just don't think I was using them correctly. But this time, knew where I wanted them to go, and I've been doing a lot of watching YouTube videos on what units to go for in certain orders, so that worked really well. I used a couple of command points to interrupt combat at one point, so that worked well. It just all came together. It was. I'm not going to say it was a perfect game because there's no such thing, but for myself that hasn't played since before Christmas, it really worked. It really came together. Like I said, just what unit to go for in what order. For example, he had something like, I think, 25 gaunts left, and it was, right, I need to get rid of the Winged Hive Tyrant. So a lot of my heavier stuff with the minus APs went for that, and just trying to save as much as I could to go into those gaunts, knowing that they were going to rack off 60 to 90 shots. Still didn't bring the damn thing down, but it was quite tactical. You moved my Wave Serpent in front of the gaunt, so they couldn't see any of my Fire Dragons or Banshees. So I kind of sacrificed it for it, but it still survived. I think it was a good match-up. Let's see. I don't know whether Jack thinks so. Comment below, Jack, again. It was. I think we both enjoyed it. Even despite it being a wipeout, it was a really enjoyable game. I think for both of us. The story we had going was quite funny. Neither of us have played since before Christmas. We're both still within probably the first year to 18 months of playing the game. So we're still relatively new, learning the tactics and all that kind of stuff. But I really enjoyed it. Really thankful for Jack for being a good sport at the end. Considering it was an epic destruction, decimation, whatever that word is, of Behemoth. There was not a Tyranid left on the planet. Commander Arakon left thinking, whoa, what have I got myself in for? Maybe the Elder aren't the team for the greater good. Maybe we should just leave them. Considering the absolute destruction they caused, maybe he left a little bit worried. Maybe he thought, let's get out of Dodge. But no, like I said, all credit to Jack. He was a fair sport, and when those 90 shots came in against my Wraith Lord from the gaunts, I thought it was game over, to be fair, but no, he hung in there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to leave you with some pictures of the game. Once again, thanks to Jack for the game. Also, Emily, sorry you weren't feeling very well. Hope you get well soon, and I'll hopefully get down to see you guys in the next couple of weeks, and we could have another battle. I know Emily wants to get some revenge on me, considering I took out her Tyranid army as well before. Maybe I'm just good against Tyranids. But probably now I'm going to get absolutely mullered by Emily, because Anyway, see you later, guys, and catch you next week.